Hi Taurus, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to January 2020. These are going to be general messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Guys, if the message doesn't resonate, please don't try to make it fit, okay? And check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus to get the fullest message. I always say, let's pull a crowning healing energy for you, and then we're going to get right into getting some general messages from the Celtic cross spread, and then we'll pull energies on a person who is in your energy field that you might want some extra information on. So let's see what kind of nice message we can get. Is it crowning? Is it crowning for Taurus for January 2020? Okay, self-sabotage. Okay. All right, this is really about you getting in touch with where you might be limiting yourself, Taurus. Because now is the time definitely to stop procrastinating and stop focusing your energy on why deep within you feel some sense of unworthiness, you know, of wonderful and really enriching experiences. And you know, in January, you want to watch out for these kind of negative thinking patterns, because the eclipses can really do a little bit of a number on our psyche, you know, and let's just mention on January 10th, we have that full moon lunar eclipse, and it's happening around 2:20, 2:21 Eastern Standard Time. So apply the time, you know, however it's relevant to wherever you are in the world. But it's happening at 20 degrees and 0 minutes of Cancer, opposite the sun, that's 20 degrees, 0 minutes of Capricorn. So this is especially impacting those with personal planets at 15 to 25 degrees in any of the cardinal signs. So Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. So Taurus, check your chart and see if you have any placements in any of these cardinal signs. We're all going to be feeling it. But you're going to be, those placements are going to be feeling it especially so. And in addition to this, we have Uranus finally turning direct in Taurus after being in retrograde since August 11th. That means surprises and shifts and things being shaken up. It's really important for you to have your feet firmly on the ground, and for you to not get pulled into any really negative behavior, right? Because keep in mind, this eclipse, the focus is on communicating. This is about thoughts and words, possibly being very disconnected or cold and calculated, but it's even what we tell ourselves. And empathy and kindness are going to be really challenging to access. Right, so this is really very much a bullying energy, right? Where we're dealing with difficult personalities. But Taurus, what I'm getting here too is that you want to make sure you're not bullying yourself, right? That saboteur type of energy, you know? You want to be careful, because this is the thing. With this kind of cold bullying kind of vibe, right? It's happening on the fixed star of Castor, which is about emotional sensitivity and nervous anxiety being produced out of that. So this can this can be, Taurus, you sabotaging yourself through a lot of negative thinking. You know, it's where these thoughts and these ideas, it's like harsh words that can create permanent damage, you know, in a situation. So this can be external to you, but can also be this negative conversation that you're telling yourself. Now, fortunately, we do have Neptune being trined here, which can soften the oppressive nature of the eclipse and the surrounding energies. And we do have Jupiter in there sprinkling some fairy dust, you know. And the thing is, there is a lot of ambition here too to do this, right? Where identify where you might be sabotaging yourself, right? Because we do have Saturn conjunct Pluto on January 12th, and we're going to be very focused on our goals, very ambitious and motivated to fix problem areas in our lives. So this motivation, though, is really prompted from a version of fear that's going to be motivating all of us to build or rebuild a part of our lives. And this is indicating this transformation that everybody's been talking about, or ending something, you know. So something either is going to be built in this energy, end, or transformed. It's not going to stay the same. It's not going to stay the same. So the thing is, when you connect to the saboteur archetype, you begin to recognize all the ways that you've maybe passed up interesting opportunities in relationships, which really ultimately could make you grow and learn and evolve and become fulfilled. Because, you know, this energy, it's like This is the kind of energy that's terrified of change, and like guard your heart from that which is meaningful to you, like really meaningful, with this misguided belief that if you don't try, you can't fail. It forgets that if you don't escape from your comfort zone, you can't succeed and experience the love and joy that really, really, really fulfills you. You know, and on the lighter side, the saboteur can help you connect to your intuition and help you listen to your deeper wisdom. So it can really help you out in deciphering like a potentially dangerous situation from an exciting one. But Taurus, I feel like there's something that you've been toying with that you really want to take a chance on. So for many of you, this could certainly be taking a new risk within your career. A lot of you may be changing majors in school. Some of you returning to a relationship that you feel like you shouldn't have let go of. For others of you, it's taking a chance in a relationship that you're in right now in a way that's different from maybe the comfort, your normal comfort zone. You know, just being, or, you know, coming off a certain, however it could be in your particular situation. There is a particular area, though, that's going to benefit from this analysis of where you might be, you know, working against yourself, working across purposes from yourself. So this is definitely something to be thinking about this month. Absolutely. Because the things are going to be changing, Taurus. Things are changing. Things are changing for all of us. Life's going to look a lot different at the same time next year. Now, even though you guys, again, even though you guys are in a cardinal energy, see where those are, though, in your chart, for sure. See where it is, where it's happening. But there is change, too. I mean, you know, you guys are pentacle energy, right? And we're leaving this 34-year cycle of this pentacle energy, and we're going into air now, you know? And it really is starting now. It really is starting now. I mean, there's so many arguments about when the age of Aquarius actually begins. You know, I mean, to me, it makes perfect sense that it's happening now. You know, once we go into Aquarius, the end of the month. This is it. I mean, it's going from this cycle where everybody was just focused on that coin, focused on the pentacle, having the tangible, right? I mean, think about the past 30-something years. And we're going to be going into the age of air, which is about technology and communication, right? You think about it, right? That's what's happening in our world right now. So there are a lot of changes going on here. Okay, so the situation right now is the Seven of Pentacles reverse. This tells me that you're feeling not supported or not connected. Now, if this is in a relationship, this is telling me that you feel like you guys are not able to start this next phase, this next cycle, in a way that you're able to build with this person. You feel like the building is not happening. For many of you, this can be because you don't feel supported. You don't feel like there's healthy communication within this union. That mental, physical, and emotional connection is just not happening. Now, if this has to do with a job, this can indicate that you feel like you're not getting the money that you want or the sense of satisfaction that you really want right now. That's a situation. Now, the energy crossing you is the Justice energy. Okay, so when we have it in this position, it's reversed. So I'm getting that you feel like something about this either relationship or job is not fair. The scales are not balanced out. So you can be having issues with coworkers and, you know, your colleagues at work, or your boss maybe is not treating you in the fairest way possible. And it's really getting in the way of you actually moving forward, staying in this job or career area. If this is to do with a relationship, you know, listen, in every single relationship, there's an ebb and flow. Things are never 50-50 in an intimate relationship at all times. It's illogical to think it could be like that. 40-60 some days, 55-45. Sometimes it's even 30-70 when somebody's going through something. But there should always be this ultimate balancing out of the scales. And I'm getting that for many of you, Taurus, you're not feeling that. That you're feeling like something has just been consistently imbalanced. And that you're either always the one giving, you're always the one doing, right? Yeah, and it's creating anxiety. I mean, the Eight of Swords energy is really about entrapment. Self-entrapment, though. I mean, look at her. She could leave whenever she wants. She really can. I mean, she can even kind of see the ground, right? If you look at how loose the blind is. So this is really having, she's choosing to have herself here. She really could kind of even walk out of it, right? But what are the swords? The swords are truth. So this is being entrenched in a truth. So Taurus, you have to ask yourself, are there red flags about a situation that you're not seeing? About a relationship? About a job? About a friendship? You know, maybe you have a friendship in your life that's kind of evolved into a bit of a weird place, and it's just not resonating with you in a truthful, honest way anymore, you know? And you feel like you're being treated unfair, you know, some part of your life. Seven of Cups is the foundation, and this is about knowing what's in Five of the Cups and not knowing what's in Two. So this is about feeling kind of confused, but only because you don't have all the information. You just don't know. And you know what, Taurus? Welcome to the group. Because no one knows what the hell is going on these days. They don't. And I've been telling all of the signs. You guys are my 6th sign that I'm doing. And I'm telling everybody, this is the month of why, not how. You don't have to understand how everything is going to end up. You don't have to understand how it's even going to happen, how everything's going to actually work out in the 3D pragmatically. You don't have to know how. You have to know why. Why are you feeling motivated to do certain things? Why do you need to make changes in certain areas? Why are you feeling a certain way? This is really the month of why. I mean, for real. And this is you. So don't get caught up on those 2 cups that you don't understand. Don't get caught up on that. Just really get in touch with the why of it all. The why. You know, why does it even matter to you? And in your past, we have the 10 of Wands. I mean, yeah, this tells me that, you know, you got to a point where there was a lot of pressure put on you. And so this could have to do with work. This could have to do with something in the family, for a relationship, anything like that. But the 10 of Wands energy is just like, well, it's the card of the multitasker, first of all, where you just completely, you're just too busy. You just like become, you get to a point where you just spent, you can't do anymore, right? But this could also just be just so much mental and emotional pressure. And you're trying to figure everything out in the past. I feel like it just became so overwhelming. You kind of went into shutdown. You kind of went into shutdown. And you know, and this is really where the self-sabotaging behavior can happen. Because you really need to figure out, you know, where are you limiting yourself? Where are you like, because the 10 of Wands is trying to take on a lot of too many things, and you're realizing that at the end of the day, it's you're not fulfilled. You're not fulfilling yourself. So what is it that you're busying yourself with that's not even speaking to you, Taurus? Okay, and you're out, but you're getting honest, because this is your near future. King of Swords. It's all about honesty. You're going to be communicating, you know, and you're going to be in a space of truth. You right now, 6 of Swords. I mean, this is you really acknowledging that you need to move away from something. So and even if you can't move away in the 3D, this is you mentally stepping away from a toxic situation that you've had yourself in, that you need to move away and go into a healthier situation. But there's a decision being made here. You're realizing that, but by staying in some sort of situation here that's creating this anxiety, whether it's this friendship, this intimate relationship, this job, the connection the way it is currently with family, anything like that, you're ultimately not going to be treated respectfully because of the way things have been. So things need to be transformed if they're going to still stay in your life in this area. And again, you know, going back to that Saturn conjunct Pluto, we're going to be identifying, all of us, what area in our life needs to be fixed. It's illogical to think that you might be in an amazing relationship and pretty happy in your career, but you're having issues with a family member or a friend. You know what I mean? Apply this as it sees fit, but you're moving away from that because this is dragging you down. And the thing is, you're realizing that you're sabotaging yourself ultimately by making yourself stay in this connection. It's not serving you. This is external to you. The Hangman reverse. The Hangman reverse is an unhealthy retrospective perspective, right? It's looking at something in retrospect with rose-colored glasses on. right? That would end up putting you in a position where you're more the victim than the victor. And this is coming at you from something external. So I have a feeling this is somebody external to you saying to you, Taurus, remember the way our friendship used to be. Remember the way our relationship used to be. Things were so much better then. And meanwhile, Taurus, you're sitting there going, not for me. I remember all of that. And you know what? You're remembering it, person I'm dealing with, through rose-colored glasses. But I know that if I stay in that situation like that, I'm going to end up more of the victim. I'm going to end up the one disrespected. It was good for you, but it wasn't good for me. And that person is not seeing that. They're not seeing their role in something. Okay? And then in your fear position, you're afraid that you're not going to have this movement forward with this person. You're afraid that you're not going to have the friendship. You're afraid that you're not going to have the connection with that family member, or that you're not going to be able to find another job, and you're not going to have that strong foundation. That good stuff isn't going to happen. I mean, this is your fear, but it's your fear, Taurus. It doesn't make it real. It's your fear. And remember, those kind of fears, that self-sabotaging behavior, right? So let's get your outcome energy. One part of the deck, one side of the deck. The outcome energy is the Six of Wands. I like this. This is the card of victory and respect. Victory and respect. So I feel like you're going to be dealing with an issue, and because of this victory and respect, you're the King of Swords. I mean, you have a new truth, a new framing of reality. So I feel like you're getting really honest with yourself, though, because swords are truth, Taurus. You're getting really honest with yourself in January. I'm getting, especially towards like the third into the fourth week, once we go into that Aquarius energy and the whole vibe changes. Taurus, you know, we're coming out of that hard-working Saturn, you know, Saturn is there with Capricorn and really that is the predominant energy. And then we go into air, which is just lighter, and it's just easier to communicate not only with others but with ourselves. You know, it's easier to identify things that maybe we haven't been able to see thus far. And I feel this honesty coming off of you. So again, going back to, are you doing a job that maybe somebody else thinks you should be doing? Are you on a career trajectory because it's something your parents wanted for you, or because it's the easier thing, or because it makes sense to a certain degree, but at the end of the day, you're not doing what's in your heart. And you're sabotaging yourself by not doing that. And this is a time, Taurus, for you to get very honest and real with yourself. Are you doing what you really want to do in life? Are you with a person who speaks to your soul? Are you with a friend group where they have your back? You know what I mean? It's whatever area. It's too many of you for it to only be one thing. And everyone has other things in their chart. But for those of you who are here with this Taurus placement, you are being forced to really look hard, really hard, at where you're being true and not true to yourself. And I think that's awesome. That's the only way we can grow, right? There's no other way of growing. There's just not. You know, we all do it, Taurus. We all do it. Everybody does it at one point or another. It's part of the human condition. It is. Just forgive yourself. Figure out what's going on. Really. Figure out your blocks. You know, where are you staying blocked? And if there's something that you feel in your gut you need to do, but you feel like, oh, I'm never going to make it that, you know, maybe you want to be a dancer. I feel like I had this conversation with you. Maybe it was Aries last month. But if you wanted to be a dancer or an artist or a singer or something, and you're like, oh, but I'm just not good enough, da-da-da-da-da, right? All that negative talk. Well, you know what? Maybe you're not good enough to be on Broadway, but maybe you would be a great music teacher instead of studying accounting. I'm just using that as a mundane example, you know? Or, becoming something non-creative when you're very creative. I'm only saying this because Taurus, a lot of you are very creative. Taurus is a very creative energy, very artistic, very inventive, very creative, you know? So if you're doing something that's not speaking to that streak in you, just feel like a lot of you are going to be feeling pulled. You're going to be feeling pulled. All right. So let's pull some energy on a person who is in your energy field right now. I'll give a couple of different interpretations and then you, okay? Ace of Cups reversed. So there's not a new beginning in the heart space. There is this holding back. Chariot reverse, getting, just bad choices. Seven of Swords, card of thievery, unhealthy communication. Then we have the Star card, that's healing. Then we have the Two of Wands energy. Okay. So I'm going to read this one way, then I'm going to pull your energy, and then I'm going to give an alternative interpretation of this, okay? So the Ace of Cups reverse indicates to me that many of you guys are dealing with a situation, with a person, where there is not this new beginning. There's a holding back of energy. There's a holding back of emotions, right? Emotions are not flowing freely, okay? This person is not making the best choices. They're getting very poor advice. They're off the right path. They're not making good decisions right now. And they're not... you know, I always say this is like this is the car on the country road that loses control of the steering wheel and ends up off in the forest at the bottom of a ditch turned upside down. You know what I mean? And just making a poor decisions, not paying attention to things, having to do with this connection, and just really not showing up. Right? Not a good energy. And not a good energy is the Seven of Swords. I mean, the Seven of Swords, this is the card of thievery. So this could be somebody who is... when you argue, there's a lot of deflection here, and there's a lot of bastardizing of language and gaslighting and stuff like that, and fighting about what's true, what's not, what's real, what's not, and just being in this state of divisiveness, in this state of conflict, and it's truly a state of conflict, right? But you guys are going to go through that, and then there's going to be healing. Right, so we'll pull more energy on that, but there's going to be healing. There's going to be this new start. So, and this is so funny to me. Not that this is in any way funny. That came out so wrong. I apologize. But what's interesting to me is the before and after energy of all of 2020, but especially of January. There's like the month of January is going to have a before and after. Like it, and I'm not even kidding. Just because, think about it. I mean, we have Uranus going direct, so that we're going to be getting the surprise. And that's happening on the same day as this lunar eclipse. I mean, this is a big energy, right? So we have all of that going on, but then we have Aquarius hitting the scene at the end of the month. And it's just going to be this... There are going to be epiphanies and realizations, and that's where I think the star is coming in, because this is all about healing, and this is divine healing, and then there being a new way forward. Where you actually have a visible path. Like the fog is lifting. You don't quite know how it's going to happen, but the fog is lifting. You can at least see the path. So that's really good. So let me pull the energy for you, and then I'm going to give you another interpretation of this. And it'll make sense to you when I do it. Okay, energy for Taurus, having to do with this person or situation. Energy of Taurus. Taurus, what does Taurus need to know about how they're viewing this situation, this person? Okay. Your strength, awesome. Might be dealing with a Leo. Nice. Strength. World reverse. Not mad at it. Very passionate for a new beginning. There's forgiveness here. Nine of Wands. And you are done defending yourself. You are not defending yourself anymore. I mean, that I just said what all these cards mean. You're in a very empowered space, I feel, in this month, Taurus, because you're really getting very honest with yourself here. You really are. You're tapping into what it is that, particularly mid-month, I just feel this very strong. I mean, you really, you're feeling strong in your convictions because you're identifying what you've been doing thus far and where you need to make changes. And there's something very, very empowering about that. The World card is still very positive. Most positive card in the deck, and still very positive in the reverse. It just means not now. You have some work to do. But it's here. Absolutely. And this always turns right side up if you put the work in. The energy is here. I love the Page of Wands. This is a card of passion, first of all. So you're feeling very passionate about this person, okay? I do feel. But there's this willingness and this motivation to have this new cycle, right? Because the Page is the youngin, right, of the court. So there's this definitely this new passionate type of opportunity and cycle that's happening. And there's judgment here. The judgment here is about forgiveness, but it's self-forgiveness, and it's forgiveness of another. It's acknowledging and accepting everything that's gone on up till now. It doesn't mean that if somebody did you dirty, it's like, it's all right, But if you're going to have a new beginning with somebody, it means allowing that to heal and working through it on your own timetable, but making the commitment to heal it. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. And you're also just done you're not defending yourself in any way, shape, or form. So, this can be, you are not going to be defending yourself because of a decision that you're making regarding your career. And I feel very strongly it's regarding your career or a relationship choice that you're making. Because you're really about being true to yourself. You really are. This is like a deep energy here. Now I'm going to give you another interpretation of this. That rather than this being somebody who you're dealing with, this is the other side of yourself, Taurus. And this is you recognizing that you just are not willing to have a new cycle in your life right now with a situation, with a job. You don't want to continue your life in the same way that you've been continuing it. You feel like up to this point, okay, there's been some self-deception going on. You've been trying to convince yourself of something that is just not true. That a job is good for you, or a person is good for you, or a person is bad for you. That is actually very good for you, right? It could kind of go a couple of different ways, but this could be very deep introspective energy, all right? And you realizing where you've been lying to yourself. And I'm saying this because we do have the self-sabotage energy. And part of self-sabotage is where we lie to ourselves. I mean, we all do it from time to time because we don't want to see certain things. But you're going to have this epiphany, this awareness as we go into this Aquarius energy, and you're really going to be forgiving. And I feel like this is a big forgiving. You're just going to be generally forgiving, not only yourself, but other people in your life. I just do. And you're going to be seeing a new way forward in your life. And it's once you see this new path and this new way forward, you're going to feel so strong. You really are. But because you don't know the hows of everything yet, right? As I mentioned a little bit ago, the world is not going to be able to be reversed, to be upright rather, to be turned upright rather. But you definitely have the will to start this new path, no question. You're forgiving yourself, man. You're forgiving yourself. You just are. You're forgiving yourself for any silly, maybe less than intelligent choices that you've made along the path, or, in the moment, of course, we all in the moment, don't most of us make the best decisions that we can in the moment, and then sometimes we later realize, oh my gosh, maybe that wasn't the best choice. Can't beat yourself up about it. Can't beat yourself up about it. With the Nine of Wands, you're not defending yourself anymore. You're accepting yourself. So I feel like by the end of January, you're going to be going through a lot of emotional and mental gymnastics, Taurus, but all really good. And you're going to end up in this space of acceptance of yourself. You're not going to keep sabotaging. And I feel like this path is opening up for you. There's definitely a seed. And I've been saying it about January, about these eclipses. There is a seed that's cracking open. And I love this for you because you're like, it's like you're cracking the seed open that's just going to grow, 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 grow. I just feel so good about this for you, Taurus. I really do. Whether this is a relationship, whether this is a career, yeah. Get rid of that self-sabotaging behavior. It's got no place in your life. Nope, nope. Yeah. All right, Taurus, that is what I have for you. I hope this was in some way helpful. And Taurus, thank you so much for your support over these past months in 2019 since I've started my channel. I really do appreciate it. I feel so fortunate. I have such a cool group of people who are on my channel, and I really, really just really appreciate all of you. I can't even tell you. It's been such a positive experience because of all of you, and I really want to thank you for that. I really do. And I wish you guys the best 2020. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.